Chicago traffic sucks. And I'm getting really tired of this asshole in front of me with the lawnmower trailer. Can't decide if he wants to go 40 or 70. A few miles back, he decided he's going to go 40 for a while. So I moved over to the center lane to get around him. And then he decided he was going to pull in the center lane in front of me so I couldn't get around him. And then he decided to speed up as I got people passing me on my right side because I'm in the middle lane going too damn slow. To hell with Chicago. I want to be on the beach already. Hell yeah.
Welcome to Michigan.
Alright, now into Michigan. GPS says 50 minutes to go, but I'm going dog-ass slow because fuel economy at anything faster than 55-60 is god-awful, so probably more like an hour 15 to go. But for anybody who's watched my videos before, I still do have the bus. It is just parked in storage along with all the material and tools. I really do not have a good place to work on it anymore. You may have seen in one of the update videos I may or may not have actually posted. I sold my house and moved like 2.5, 3 years ago. I think almost 3 years ago now. And then I bought a fixer-upper that I've been slowly fixing up, less more than more lately, for the last couple of years. And then a little over a year ago I had major surgery, so the bus project is pretty much on hold. I've been trying to get a new actual shop for it for the last year or so, but I refuse to pay $1,400 a month in rent on a shop, and I also refuse to pay 400 grand to buy something. So I'm just kind of stuck in limbo, waiting for a deal. So anyway, I decided after recovering from surgery that I was not going to just sit around and wait to do traveling. I like to travel. I haven't traveled in years, so I decided to start doing it. So last winter, I took my pop-up camper. I've had that pop-up forever. I still love the thing. That is real camping. This thing behind me is not camping. That's traveling. But anyway, I have this pop-up. I love the thing. So I took it down to Corpus Christi, Texas for the winter. I spent 2 months down there, bouncing around between Mustang Island State Park, the National Seashore, and Lake Corpus Christi. I had an absolute blast. Did lots of sightseeing and just got out of god-awful cold Iowa winters and spent it down on the beach, and it was fantastic. But the pop-up was great. I had it. It allowed me to get away. I didn't have to like rent a condo somewhere. I could explore around as I wanted to and still kind of have a home base. And it was great because I could camp literally right on the beach. I've got some great photos. I may integrate some of them into this video. But the downside of it, and so I work the whole time. I work remote, so I took some solar panels and a battery pack, which is on the floor next to me, and my Starlink dish and my laptop, and I worked Monday through Friday most of the time, except when I took a couple vacation days here and there to go do some stuff. But yeah, I just worked during the days in the week, and on the weekends and at night or lunch break, went out and explored, did stuff. It was great. But the major downside of that pop-up, aside from the fact the few nights that I got really cold down there, was keeping it warm. I survived, but it wasn't the best. But the other thing was trying to set that thing up and take it down, or reverse that. Take it down and set it up in the same day got to be a lot. So on days when I would change campgrounds, I can take that pop-up if I'm going on a camping trip up and down in like 45 minutes. But with the amount of gear I was hauling to be gone for 2 months and working, it was a 2-hour takedown And then however far I was driving to my next campsite, you know, sometimes half an hour, sometimes 2 hours, and then another 2 hours to get set back up. And that just got to be a lot. So after I got home in the spring, I bought this rig behind me, which I'm hauling up on this trip. I'll give you a tour of it later, show you what I'm doing. And it's a 20-foot travel trailer, which I think will be a little bit better for my trip for this summer. And then I'll take it with me down south again next winter. But it'll allow me to keep gear in there and not constantly have to pull gear out of the camper and load it into the truck in order to go to the next spot. And then this summer I also plan on being in a few areas that are considered bear country, and hard sides are better than tent fabric for bear country. So anyway, as you just saw, you know, I'm from Iowa. I just finally got out of Chicagoland through the corner of Indiana, and I'm starting to head north up the Michigan coast. So this is going to be another 2+ month trip this summer. I meant to like start doing some videos last winter and just never got around to it. So we'll see if I can consistently do it this summer. But I'm starting over on the west side of Michigan. I'm going to work my way up to the Upper Peninsula, go across the Upper Peninsula, up across the northern border of Minnesota, Canada, maybe go up towards the Boundary Waters, and then eventually kind of work my way just across North Dakota and Montana out towards Glacier and Yellowstone National Parks before at some point I have to turn around and start working my way back home. I do have to be home. Today is July 6th. I have to be back home by middle of September. I don't remember exactly when. So I don't really have a firm plan. I've kind of got a rough idea of where I want to go and when I need to be home by. But yeah, that is this summer's epic road trip. Yeah, I don't know much else. I'm going to go back to driving and turn some music back on. And I just realized that the vent in my truck is blowing right at the phone, so the audio is probably shit, and I'll wind up re-recording this later. Anyway, catch you later.
Exit 34 for I-196 North, US 31 North toward Holland, Grand.
So I did buy a video quality dash cam
stop sign, turn right.
to put in here to film some of this kind of stuff.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Blue Star Highway.
But that's going to require a new commitment to keeping my windshield dirty, which I've sucked at for 40+ years now. Maybe like 24. But damn, I love these trees. It's gorgeous out here. And here it is.
You have arrived.
Okay, I got camp started, but there are people all around me and I'm still self-conscious talking into a camera. So quick pan of the area. We got campers over there, campers over there, camper right there. This spot right next to me is empty, probably won't be for much longer. More campers, my truck, my rig, base camp setup. Starlink out. Obviously I have hookups here, generators for when I get, hopefully, out into some boondocking. But the reason I bought this rig is, like I said, it's about 20 foot. But I do have a bed that is permanently out. I don't have to fold it up and down every time. And then a little bit messy, those solar panels go outside. Obviously I have hookups, don't need that yet. But I wanted the slide out dinette with the windows on all three sides. So when I'm working all day, every day, I can sit at the table and still look out. And then I do have a very small little bathroom and shower. That is a major upgrade over the pop-up. And I've got, we'll edit that out, a little bit of cook space. Usually I cook outside, not a big deal. But when I was down in Texas, not having a bathroom and having to stay somewhere within, you know, a 3-minute drive of a bathroom for those middle of the night emergencies got to be a pain in the butt, quite literally. So very excited to have a bathroom. But anyway, I got some stuff put away yet. Getting the laptop booted up. I did get Starlink hooked up, so I just need to make sure I've got a good enough signal. Today's Monday. I'm off work today for travel day, but I do have to work tomorrow, so I need to make sure that this is all going to work for tomorrow, and then we're going to figure out some supper. Okay, so I got camp set up. I'm just now going to run into town and pick up a few groceries. Typical ADHD fashion. I did not exactly prepare for this trip. I mean, I spent 2 days kind of packing and getting stuff ready and working off a checklist from last winter, including all the things I forgot last winter. But I really didn't stock up on groceries. I just threw a couple odds and ends that I had in the house, in the camper, but not really enough to make a meal. So I kind of debated between going down to the actual harbor and getting some like fried fish or something down there, but I'm really not that hungry, so I think I will just pick up a few groceries, just last enough for, you know, lunch and a couple of dinners for the next couple of nights, and just make something small, grill a couple of brats or something easy. So yeah, that's what we're up to. Later I will tell you about how I found this place and how different it looks from when I stayed here like 10 plus years ago. Anyway, bye. What vacation doesn't start with a trip to Walmart? Sweet. Everybody hates Walmart. But I got a couple of things I needed for the camper. I did need a new Coleman camp stove. The one I have is older than shit. I think my grandpa bought it on an auction and gave it to me. So the propane regulator on it is pretty much shot. It still works okay, but where I keep it stored in the pop-up camper was completely inaccessible as I was packing up. So yeah, so I just got a new one. Even though the camper has a kitchen in it, I really prefer to cook outside when I'm camping, even though this isn't camping, this is traveling, but still. So yeah, that was actually a lot cheaper than I thought. I thought those things were a lot more expensive. Of course, everything else I bought was more expensive. It's really easy to spend $197 here. But yeah, I got a couple of little things I need for the camper, new broom, and then I got enough groceries to last for at least a few days. So yeah. Anyway, back to camp. Gotta love this. It is, I can see it from the car, 7:45 Eastern time, which is local time. And it is 77 degrees out. The sun looks like it's not going to set for at least a couple of hours yet. It is just gorgeous up here today. Sure beats the hell out of 96 with 147% humidity back at home. This place does not look familiar at all. I stayed here probably like 13 years ago, maybe 12. It was my second road trip ever. So the first road trip I did, back when I had Benji the dog, we piled into my Corolla with tents and camping gear, and we drove west. We went up to Mount Rushmore, and to Lake Tahoe and San Francisco, and then Phoenix to visit my sister. So then the second road trip was the first year that I had the pop-up. So I took that, again with Benji, to Niagara Falls was my first destination. Way too many people. So Niagara Falls was my first destination. And so because I was leaving on like a Friday after work, I wanted to drive about 4 hours from home and stop for the night. So I found this place randomly on Google Maps. That's Van Buren State Park, just south of South Haven, Michigan. And so I camped here for, I think, just one night. And I remember that the people behind me were having this massive party and invited me to come over and do tequila shots with them. And even when I was that young, that just sounded like a horrible idea, so I passed. But then I was worried they were gonna keep me up all night, but they were actually pretty respectful and quieted down after like 10 o'clock. But this does not look at all like that same campground, even though I know it's the same place. I've got a picture somewhere of Benji tied to the picnic table in front of the pop-up. See if I can find it. But this looks nothing like that. Oh, that's weird. Because then in like later years, so anyway, I picked this place because then my next stop after here was Detroit, and I went through the Henry Ford Museum. Not worth the price of admission, at least back then. But and then from there I crossed into Canada to go up to Niagara Falls. That was a hell of a trip. But anyway, in later years I've tried coming back here like twice, and both times this place has been full and I haven't been able to get a reservation here. You can see like pretty much, even like for a Monday night, like, and I guess it's 4th of July weekend, but for Monday night this place is still packed. There's like only a handful of open sites. So yeah, there's a KOA nearby that I think I stayed at once, maybe twice actually. Oh. Yeah, this does not look familiar at all. Oh, it's weird. And I'm about 99.999% sure this is the only campground in this park. It's also possible in the last 13 years they've kind of redone things around here a little bit, but no idea. Normally, I don't like staying in campgrounds that are this busy. I like peace and quiet, and I don't like people. But this is a good first stop on this journey. I got electrical hookups. I do have to work for the next few days, and it'll kind of give me time to get situated with the new camper. I've stayed in it a couple of nights out to my family's acreage, but this is the first time I've actually hauled us somewhere to stay in it before I get further north and then try to find some more backcountry, county parks, state land, I don't know, whatever I can find that's away from people, which maybe in the middle of summer isn't even possible. I don't know. Like, I don't even remember this parking lot being here. Supposedly this is the path to the beach. Supposedly. I don't know. Well, it's just weird, like, nothing around here looks even vaguely familiar. Which I know I have a bad memory, but I would have thought something. I mean, the only thing that looks familiar is like the literal layout of the campground. Like I remember kind of those cone-shaped loops. But the sites themselves, oh, it's weird. Weird, weird, weird. I probably should have grabbed bug spray. I really hate spraying myself with that crap unless I absolutely have to. Because no matter how much you shower, that scent does not come off of you. And I have limited water. At least I have a shower now. Holy crap, you can see a bug swarm underneath that tree in the sunlight. That's right. I just want to walk out, take a look at the lake. And then we're going to walk back and make some supper. The All-American Lake, huh? Alright, so yeah, here's where we're at. Buren State Park, South Haven. I think maybe towards next week we're gonna go up near Traverse City somewhere, or maybe Buren City, a little further north. Eventually I'm working my way to the UP. So, oh, bummer. Is that way in Texas too? No alcohol in state parks. But there, their signs explicitly said in public areas, so I interpreted that to mean if you were sitting at your own campsite, drinking a cold one, incognito, with a koozie, and not acting like an idiot, they wouldn't say anything. Even this path doesn't, I mean, that's the lake out there. But, yeah, like this. I mean, I get a lot of shit changes in 13 years, but like if you were to drop me off here and say, hey, you've been here before, where are you? I would be like, San Diego? I don't know. I don't get how real YouTubers do this. It is so freaking weird to walk and talk into a camera. What the hell is this? I mean, it's gorgeous. But this looks absolutely nothing like what I remember. Like, I don't remember all these trees being here. I just remember there being like a sand dune and then you were on the beach. Weird. That sunset's gonna be pretty though. Alright, too many people here. See you later. Okay, this one might explain why at least the dunes and the lake entrance look nothing like they used to. This whole thing's been reshaped. That makes sense. All right, back to camp. So yeah, been trying to decide how I want to format these videos, because I'm not a real YouTuber. I don't make clickbait thumbnails. I don't introduce unnecessary drama and then cry on camera about it. I don't insert ads in the middle for products that have nothing to do with where I'm at or what I'm doing. So I kind of debated between just making some like actual real like travel videos or more doing this like video blog style. I'm kind of leaning towards the latter because nobody's going to watch this anyway. So I might as well have a little fun with it. And even though I don't like people, I like to talk. So yeah. That was a very short trip down to the beach. Tons of people. Looks like the tide is in, so the beach was small. And it's 8 o'clock and it's been a long travel day. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the camper, make a sandwich for dinner. I'm not super hungry. And then, sorry, I'm just looking around trying to figure out like where the hell I am. Pretty sure this is the path back. Assemble this video, get some stuff in the camper put away, and then the Starlink did reactivate. It's 175 bucks a month now. Holy crap. Like it was 150 or 155 last winter. 175 now. But this trip wouldn't be possible without it because I do have to work. And anyway, get my work laptop all set up and get our stuff put away and make sure I'm good to go for tomorrow. The Starlink did activate and the speeds are good, so I will be fine. But entering the campground now, and here comes 1,000 people. My next door neighbors, they seemed a little weird. They have a giant for sale sign on the front of their fifth wheel, but they're gone now. I assume they went to the shower house. Fire's still burning. Don't do that, people. Even in a crowded state park, you don't do that shit. So yeah, I'm just about ready to edit this video together, but this is kind of going to be work for the next few days. This table is significantly smaller than the one in my pop-up though, so I think I'll probably have to kind of scooch back here. But even then, my table in the pop-up, I could have both of my little pop-up monitors, or my little portable monitors, side by side with the laptop and still have a little room to spare. This one, I'm barely gonna fit one monitor, but I've got some little crates, little collapsible crates over here that I think I can just put upside down on the other end of the bench here and have a little bit more room. I don't know, we'll see, we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna put this together and post it, and I will start a new video tomorrow. So see you later. I'm still editing, but my neighbors have a campfire, so I can sit and watch it. Also, since I just went and pulled all those photos, yeah, that lake looks exactly the same. I just didn't remember it, so that's kind of funny. All right, this is my real goodbye.